Crafters, I'm Jan B and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. This is one of the swaps I made for the Stampin' Up on Stage convention, which by the time I publish this video I will be able to say it was yesterday. I've made 60 of these and I will swap with 60 demonstrators, and we're requested to make a card front, although a lot of demonstrators will do 3D projects like maybe a post-it note holder or a little box with something in it, but the idea is we are swapping ideas with other demonstrators. So this is my idea, card front. All they need to do is put this onto a card base and that is it, they have a card. So what I'm going to show you today is how I made this into for me it'll be a Christmas card, and I've added bits in here. This is just the front bit that is part of my swap. With the sentiment that I've used, it could be used for other occasions, but for me it's definitely a Christmas card. So I'm going to start off by telling you the card pieces that you're going to need. And first of all, you need a Whisper White card base which measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, which is 21 by 14.5 centimetres. If you don't get a chance to write all the sizes down, they'll all be in the box below the video for you. Then you need 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock that measure 3 7/8 inches by 5 1/2 inches, which is 10 by 14 centimetres. The reason I say 2 pieces, you've got one there and you need another one inside. I've got both layers that I've already adhered in there. And then another layer of Whisper White which measures 3 3/4 inches by 5 3/8 inches, which is 9.7 by 13.7 centimetres. And then let me get my bone folded to put under here so that I don't say this wrong. And then you need a piece of our Vellum Cardstock which measures 3 inches by 3 inches, which is 7.5 by 7.5 centimetres. And then you need, looks like I've got myself a little bit confused here, but never mind. Just imagine these are the right sizes. You need a piece of Whisper White cardstock that's 3 inches by 3 inches, which is 7.5 by 7.5 centimetres. You need a piece that is about 3 1/2 inches by 4 inches, which is 9 by 10 centimetres. And then you need another piece that's about 2 inches by 4 inches, which is 5 by 10 centimetres. A scrap of gold foil. You actually need a small circle. Mine's been punched with a 3/8 of an inch circle punch, which is a retired Stampin' Up product. The 1/4 of an inch is too small and this one is fractionally too big. I didn't worry about it for the swaps, but if I was making these for Christmas cards for myself, I'd just trim that down a bit so it fitted okay. And then another piece of Whisper White which measures 2 inches by 2 inches, which is 5 by 5 centimetres, and that's for the sentiment. And then you need some of our Multipurpose adhesive sheet, and you really need 3 inches by 3 inches. Mine is 6 by 3 inches, and I'm going to show you what I recommend you do, because obviously if you've got this you've got a whole packet of it, so you might as well use it the most economical way possible, and I'm going to show you how. So that right, okay, first of all I'm going to do the stamping, and then I'm going to do the dry embossing, and then I'm going to do the die cutting. So first of all, for the sentiment, I've chosen to use, and obviously you can use anything you like, I chose to use Thinking of You with Love from the beautiful Blizzard stamp set, and I am going to stamp this if I can find my stamp. I know it's here because I've just done one. Oh, there it is, sitting on the Versamark. So first of all I will wipe over my piece of cardstock with my embossing buddy, whoops, and then stamp this with Versamark right in the centre. That's good. Move that. And then my gold embossing powder. And my special tweezers. Come on up you come. Okay, so that's good. And just pop that down for a moment so I can close this up and move it out of the way. I'll just give that a little flick. I'm going to use my heat tool for this. I'm going to let it run for 10 seconds or so beforehand, so just excuse the noise for a moment. There we go, nice and easy. Oh, I know I did, didn't I? I left my tweezers there. The punch that I'm using is this one, and it is actually in the Darling label punch box. It's that one there, and you get the stamp sets with it as well, and 2 of the little ink spots, and this is what punches these out. And it was just absolutely ideal for what for this project, because this takes up so much room. I only wanted something small up here, so let's punch that out with this. As I say, you can choose any sentiment you want. I think that's okay. So that's that ready, and now I'm going to do the dry embossing on that and all the die cutting. So let me just clear myself a space here. In fact, let's look after that. We don't want that to go walkabouts. So first of all, right, those are for my intricate dies. So that's the precision base plate. I don't need, I never remember what platforms I need for this. Right, the embossing folder I'm using is called the Subtle Dynamic, and you really have to see this to get the real beauty of it. Although that's a good picture, it's not actually not really spot on to what it does. Make sure when you pick this up you get the right piece. You want the smaller one out of these 2. And also, because it's a dynamic, you need to spray with water. I know a lot of people don't worry about this bit, but it does help to improve the depth of the embossing. So I like to give a spray on both sides. I don't know whether you can see. Yes, you can. Okay, so I've given that a really good spray. So I'm going to put it in this way. And I like to line it up with that line underneath there. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm putting this in with the fold in first, 1 cutting mat, and I just got the platform here. I don't have the thin die adapter with it. And we'll bring this up to see if you can see the detail on there. It reminds me of the coordinations paper. Do you remember where we used to do embossing on it and then rub over it and take the top layer off, and there was like a whiter colour inside? So that's lovely, I really like that. So that's the supples. Now I am going to do some die cutting. So I'll bring my thin die adapter back. I'll bring my precision base plate, and then that's my one cutting mat for that. Now before I do this, I want to show you where, when you're using this, because obviously I've been doing 60 of these, so to make the most of it, what I do is I get a piece that is 3 inches by 6 inches, which is more or less the same as this, although that does look bigger, quite a bit bigger, but never mind. So I'm going to take that sheet off. Now that one's okay, that's fine, but this is a sticky one. So I'm going to pop this on top. If you're only doing one card, you only need one piece of this, but you still might as well do this. Oops. Okay, let's try and get that straight. Not quite, but never mind. Okay, oh, it's not too bad. So what I will do is I will die cut one of my poinsettias there, and then I will finish up with this, which is Whisper White Cardstock, and it's got the multi-purpose adhesive sheet there. So next time I want to do a die cut that's intricate like this one, and I don't want to have to try and put Tombow or something on the back there, this is all ready, and I have a little folder over there, a little box, if I can reach it, where I keep all my prepared bits. All of these have got the adhesive on the back of them, so if I want to use anything, like I've got the red here, can't think what colour that one is, but it's all got the thing on the back. So I keep them all in there, and I know I can just go to this one because it's nice and handy on my desk. So let's move this back over again, and actually that one I don't do on here, do I? I'll come back to that one. So what I am going to do is, it doesn't matter what pieces I use now, does it? And that's going to be done on the other one. Right, so the dies I'm using here are the 3 pine cones and the 3 pine branches, and they're all from Pretty Pines Thinlits. So now you might want to use wax paper on these, which some of these have been, and if you find when you take your die cut out that the wax paper stays there like it has in this one, just leave it there because it will help the next piece that gets done. Okay, so there's those 3. Let's do the big one first, and then the medium one, and then the small one. That looks as if it's got wax paper in it as well. Okay, so that piece of cardstock is quite big enough. So I've probably told you that you need more than you do. Mind you, if I get it wrong, I'd much rather tell you that rather than tell you short. Right, so that's 1, 2, and then move it and twist it. 3, before, and then move it and twist it again. I run this through 3 times, or 6, depends which way you count. Right, so that's that. Now I'm not going to be needing that again, nor that. Next I will be needing this one, which is my magnetic with 2 plates. So let's just move that over. Bring this and my die brush. Right, let's do these bits first. And then, whoops, okay, you're out. You're almost out. Hold very gently. Oh, that's it. There's that one. That one. There we go, so that's the 3 pine branches. So we don't need that bit. Now is my paper piercer. Here we go. Okay, so there's this one. Okay, I think that looks like a pineapple, don't you? Right, so that's that one. I've still got the wax paper in there. Right, let's push this one. There we go. I'll tidy that one out later. See, they are all cut. They just need a little bit of encouragement to let go. Okay, so there's that one. And then this one. That needs tidying out as well. Okay, so they're the die cuts that we need. Now if you want to decorate the inside of your card, you need to do some more. But as I say, I've got a little pile of all of them in front of me here. So that's that. And we don't need that for our poinsettia. So the next one is, this is the one that we've put our multi-purpose adhesive sheet on. And what you need to do is to face the cardstock up. And the dies for that are from Detailed Poinsettia. And that goes with the Peaceful Poinsettia stamp set. It's on offer as a bundle, so you save 10%. Get some lovely dies in this, look. You can put this round on the corners of your cards. This is what we're going to be doing, this one here, and we're going to cut the actual shape out. You've got holly up here as well. And of course you can use some of these as well. Right, so let's put that down, and it doesn't take too long to work out which way round this goes. Okay, so you just sit it over, and again this is one that I like to do 3 times, moving it each time. Why don't I do this one using the precision base plate? Partly I think because it's got that one outline die on it, but also because when I was die cutting these for my swaps, hubby was downstairs with my other big shot doing the pine cones and I've only got one precision base plate, so he had it because his was more difficult to do than this. Once I've done the 3 backwards and forwards, I turn it over. Now whether this makes any difference or not, I don't know, but I do find it comes out nice and easily. Okay, so that's that. I just put that on there. Okay, so now I have because I turned it over, I have the multi-purpose adhesive sheet facing upwards. I want the other side. So I'm going to take that, and I'm going to need my paper piercer and also my tweezers. And I'm also going to need this as well. Right. Oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. Let's go back. I need to do my vellum outline. So let's try that one again. This is the shape that the die cut one, the fancy one's going to sit on. And I found that if you're doing this, it's very easy to put 2 sheets at the same time through. If you wanted to do more, I imagine if you did it backwards and forwards, you'd probably get away with more sheets than that. Right, so that there. Let's try this again. So that's the vellum. And I'm going to take the die off. I've got some bits in there, so I'll sort that out afterwards. But you will find that this will separate really easily, she says. Oh, come on, that's it. It does really easily. So if you pull that up, be very careful because that is very, very sticky. If you find you've got any bits left on there, like that circle there, see there's one of the rings in there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it over a bit of paper there and it will stick on there. Okay, might pick up something else as well. So now I'm going to pop this on here, just lining up. I wonder if it would be better if I put this on something dark for you. I'll use this. It's got some wet glue on it, so I have to be careful. Okay. Ah, right. This should be a lot easier. Have I turned it over now? Yes, I did, didn't I? Right. So what I do, I'm lining this one up, and although it is very sticky, it is quite easy to manoeuvre if you've got it in the wrong place, or you do what I've just done and forgotten to put your gold bit in there. Okay, so I'm holding this up. I'll get my gold dot circle, and I'm just putting it behind those holes there, and then I'm going to put that down. Now to make sure that that has adhered down nicely, I'm going to use my bone folder and just push it down like that. Okay, so that's that. And then this, what I do is I just take my scissors, I cut off the bit that I don't need anymore, and then I can save that for another one. So that can go with that one there. This is all rubbish, don't need this. So all I need to do now is, I think, to put my card together. Oh, that was because I got all my 6 on the one, didn't I? All my 6 die cuts. I thought it was going to take 2 pieces of paper. Right, so first of all I'm going to put this one on here, and I'm going to use my tear and tape. I'm not sure if there's a right side or wrong side to this dry embossed. It looks good both sides, so don't know. Right, there we go. My little tin for my rubbish. So pop that one onto that one. In fact, this is video, let's do it the other way around. I can't get my head as far forward as I can when I'm on my own. There we go. That's it. Right, so that one needs to have one large dimensional on it, just at the back of that circle, and this one needs 4 mini dimensionals. I would say in each corner, but the corners have been cut off. But there we go. So that's that one. Now let me bring my silicone mat in first. Now I use the retired 2-way glue pen, and I have been experimenting to date with this, which you can buy online, but I found that this, although it's a brilliant pen because it's got such a fine nib on it, but it's not strong enough to hold these. So if I didn't have this, then I would use the Tombow. I mean, you could actually do this with the multi-purpose adhesive. I mean, you've got that sheet there, you could have put them all on there. Didn't think about that, did I? Anyway, not to worry. I want those, and those. I do the big one, the biggest one first, and then I just do one line down there. Then I put that on here, right on the left hand side, and leave about 3/4 of an inch. And then for the second size, is that the second size? Yep. Oops, I do the same again, and this is going to go along the bottom. I don't worry about putting all the little ferny bits with glue. Right, so I put that along the bottom here, and my pine cone. I do this so that the top of it, which is this one here, I put it down into the corner like that. Then I take my flower and I pop that on there so that I can still see my pine cone. Then I take the smallest branch, and again put some glue down the centre, and lift the flower and pop it in the centre there. And the other two pine cones. It was one of those and one of those. So this one. And slide that in there. And this one. Slide that one in here. And then I take my sentiment when I was doing this, I was thinking about, for the poinsettia there, I was thinking about using our sparkle glimmer paper, and I thought maybe you could do all of it with that. But this is the whole point of doing swaps. It's to make demos come up with their own ideas, and they do. They come up with some absolutely brilliant ideas. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that one on there. And then I'm going to put some little die cuts on the inside. Right, let's turn this up the other way. Yeah, getting a little panic there. Okay, so that's that. And then for the inside here, I had one medium, one small, and I did use the solid one, didn't I? Shall I use something different this time? Just see what it's like. Let's go for the lightest one, the one with the biggest holes. So the tallest one I'm going to do upright. And then the smallest one along the bottom. And then this. There we go. So that's today's card. I hope you like it, and I hope you give it a try. So there's the one that I did earlier. This is, I'll take this out because there's glare from the lights. I'll show you, put the swap in there. So that's what it starts with. That's what the demonstrators will be getting from me, and this is what they could make. But they will do their own thing on it and come up with all sorts of ideas, which is great. So many thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed my video and would like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button, and then you need to click on the bell to say that you'd like the notifications. I post on Wednesdays and Sundays. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box below the video. I'm always happy to help. Also in the box below there will be all the products that I've used, measurements, and also the sizes of everything. So just click on where it says show more, or depending on what device you're watching this on, it might have, there's two down arrows on the right hand side, so click the lower one. And also in the box below there'll be a link to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. I'd appreciate it if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, if you chose to shop with me. And I think that's, oh no, last thing, don't forget, during November I am running a special promotion for all of my customers, and that is I am running a buy one get one free. So check it out on my blog, which is www.jambecards.com. On the happening now, no, promotions, on the promotions page you get a drop down menu and it says happening now. Click into that and all the details will be in there for you, so you can get free stamp sets. If that appeals to you, don't forget www.jambecards.com. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.